Good afternoon. Welcome to Afternoon Express right here on SABC3. Another hour of inspiration coming up your way. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Donald Nxumalo.
Indeed. I'm Bonnie Mbuli. Welcome to Afternoon Express. Today is Thursday, so we have jam-packed the show with design and fashion inspiration. And today we speak to a young designer, Jenevieve Lyons, who's part of the MyFabulous fashion series, and she's making waves in the Mother City.
Oh, I can't wait for that. But it's not all about fashion. Today we're going to be chatting to a young man. You might remember him, Donald Nxumalo. Well, he won last season's
What a fabulous
person.
Gosh, I want to win that.
The winner home design competition. Well, he's in the loft. We're going to be catching up with him, seeing exactly what he's been up to and where his design, talent has taken him. But make sure that you start the conversation with us on Twitter right now at Afternoon Chat and use our official hashtag Afternoon Express. But let's move on over to the kitchen with Jeannie.
Thanks, guys, and hello, South Africa. Welcome to Afternoon Express. I'm Jeannie D, and I'm standing by with the fantastic Bulgarian-born designer, Vesselina Pentcheva. Welcome to the loft.
Thank you.
You are certainly one of the most whimsically romantic designers that I've ever seen. I absolutely love your dresses.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeannie. Thanks for having me.
So you're going to be showing us some of your collections and some of your pieces here today?
Yes,
I cannot wait to see. You remind me of Florence and the Machine. Absolutely gorgeous. Then in our kitchen, we have the fabulous Clement Pedro. Clement, I actually can't deal with what you're going to be making us today.
Totally, because summer's coming soon. I mean, we're getting over winter, so we keep it very healthy today.
Definitely, the healthiest. Summer bodies are made in winter, certainly. So this is where we're going to have to cut back and start being really healthy.
Not really. Today what we're doing, we're making fudge filled with pecan nuts and bacon. Only because we can.
Oh, my two favourite things, fudge and bacon. Already aching, yep, some bacon. That's how we roll today in the loft. Remember, you can bake with us as well. All you need to do is visit our website, afternoonexpress.co.za, and there you will find our shopping list and our recipe. But for now, though, Bonang is on the couch with our first guest.
Thank you so much, Jeannie. After weeks of grueling deco challenges, he was named the design winner of the 2014 Winner Home reality series. And at the age of 27, very young, his career has skyrocketed, and his exquisite interior creations have been featured in Home Decor magazine as well as on Top Billing. Today, we catch up with Donald Nxumalo. Welcome to the loft. Lovely to have you.
Thank you so much.
Afternoon Express.
Thank you.
But I think my first question to you, I mean, you endured like weeks and weeks of cameras in your face, following you, following your life. How was it being part of that reality series?
I mean, the experience was exhilarating. And if you can imagine that with any home decor challenge or any renovation happening in your own home and there are disasters, pipes leak, painters arrive late. Now, to have that on camera is quite a challenge. Yeah. But we survived.
Now, let's talk a little bit about that bathroom, which went on to be featured in, of course, all the decor magazines.
Yes.
How did you feel when you got the call and they said, we want to feature that beautiful little project we saw on television?
I mean, like, it just proves that, small things, I mean, keeping it simple can be magnificent. I mean, I had 5,000 Rand to do that bathroom. So it's really quite a surprise that it's gone on to represent design, well, genius is what they call it.
Wow.
I'm blown away by that.
I remember the first time I saw myself in a magazine, so I need to know the moment when you opened up that magazine and you saw your bathroom.
Yes.
How did you feel?
I saw my bathroom and my face side by side. Well, it's just one of those moments where you think, obviously, I didn't expect that the reception would be so phenomenal, but then obviously, I'm happy that it's happened. It's given me clients. I mean, with every feature, I get a client. So it's not like it's not in vain. I mean, it happens for a reason.
And the stenciling that you did on the roof, remember that?
Yeah,
that was quite a thing.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
Tell me about that experience, because it looked grueling for all of us that were, sitting at home.
And it was.
Was it?
It was. I mean, I've done stenciling on a wall, so in my own moments of inspiration, I thought, I'm going to stencil a ceiling. And I didn't know it would take me a whole 5 hours to stencil, a block, really. It's like 3 meters by 2 meters.
Yeah.
But it was grueling, but the results were magnificent. It looked beautiful.
It really did look fantastic. It's amazing, especially for us, as viewers watching it. It gave you such a different perspective of what interior designers go through.
Exactly.
But what did you win at the end when you were announced the winner?
Well, I won 100,000 Rand, so that was actually quite a nice thing to have, because that allows you to set up a business and to have a bit of money to keep going for a while after the competition.
But let's talk about what happens after the competition, because, A reality series like this is huge, catapults you into instant stardom.
Absolutely.
You know, what has the competition done for you and your career?
Yeah.
From the time you started to the time you won and where you are right
Sure.
now?
Obviously, being on the show, people get to see you and get to see how you design and familiarize themselves with your design style. So then the people that want to use you already know how you would react in a situation. So they also know what your nerves are, because, you know, the show is sort of like nerve-wracking. And so not cracking under that pressure gives people confidence that you really can do their home projects. After winning, obviously, you have the money. And if you can imagine that with any startup, any business, or any designer, marketing is sort of like an integral part of your business. That show gives you that free of charge. And then you're able to run with it thereafter, you know, so it sorts that out. It's sort of like a starter pack.
I got you.
You know?
So what projects have you been, you know, working on? What have you done since the competition?
Well, South Africa's acceptance of me has been phenomenal. I mean, since the competition, I've done about 4 projects. And at any given time, I have 4 projects running. 3 projects in Johannesburg. I've got one in Bloemfontein. I've got one in Nairobi, apartment in London, and also like designing for a client in Saudi Arabia. So it's something that can really catapult you to the next level as long as you're ready.
But let's talk about, I mean, you were recently on Top Billing, and,
Yes.
you know, we saw a house that you did for a family. How
Yes.
was that experience? I mean, seeing yourself on Top Billing.
Can you imagine
Can you
that?
imagine?
You know, like growing up watching Top Billing has been one of
Yeah.
those things that, you know, every designer wants to be on Top Billing. It's like doing... you know, it's like that
It's like
is
creme
the
de la
place.
creme,
Hello,
yes.
like Top Billing is
Yeah.
where you want to be, and to get an opportunity at such a young age was mind-blowing, and I'm still not over it.
Yeah. But I mean, now we're counting down to season 2, of course, of the Winner Home Design Competition, starting on the 21st of August, right here on SABC3. What would you say to, you know, aspiring designers or people that want to enter this competition?
If you're looking to set up a business, and if you're looking for recognition, if you're looking for people to see what you can do, and if you're looking for people to come to you specifically for a certain style, this is the competition for you. Take that chance. You never know. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen indeed. But do you have any highlights from the competition while you were there all those weeks?
Of course,
with the production team and the
you
rest
know,
of the competitors?
You know, my favorite moment on the show has to be when we did the bathroom challenge. I had 5,000 Rand. The other contestants had about 20,000 Rand to 10,000 Rand. And to win that challenge really showed me off as somebody that can think on their feet, but also can execute with a small budget.
Absolutely. So as somebody that's watching at home, you know, what are some of the core, you know, design components that one has to take into consideration when you don't have a lot of money? What would Donald say to somebody that has, let's say, 5,000 Rand to do a bathroom, for instance?
That's difficult. I've forgotten how to decorate on a budget.
Well, you have to think on your feet now. What would you say? What are some of the most important components?
I think, like, keep it focused. I mean, think of a feature wall and think of your favorite color, but also perhaps keep your big pieces neutral and then accessorize with scatter cushions so that you're able to change it out season after season. Wallpaper is my favorite thing to do in any space. It dramatically increases the room's excitability, but it's also quite beautiful and exciting.
Amazing. My last question to you. We all have a dream job or a dream position or a dream home or building that we'd love to design.
Yeah.
Where and which country or what project do you want to work on? Once you've done it, you know, I have arrived.
I have arrived.
Yeah.
That's quite difficult, but I'm loving the coast. So I would say like Watamu, Kenya. I think the beautiful beaches there are just so inspiring and can inspire any decor project from start to finish. And the colors are just so magnificent.
Absolutely.
That's my life.
Well, we will be crossing fingers and hope your dream comes true.
Thank
and make
you
sure you
so
come back and tell
much.
us once you go
Absolutely.
decorate all the fabulous homes
I
in
can't
Kenya,
wait to
darling.
be back. What a beautiful city.
But I mean, for everybody that is watching the show right now, wants to enter season 2 of Winner Home, you know, what encouraging words would you say to them and why should they enter this particular competition?
Well, the competition can really change your life dramatically. I mean, it can take you from being a designer to a working designer. There is a difference. So therefore, if you are wanting to get into the industry and be taken seriously, it will give you that credibility.
Well, congratulations, and we hope to create another Donald in season 2. But thank you so much for coming through and giving us words of encouragement to all the interior designers that are listening. But are you interested in beautiful homes and trend-setting design? Well, Winner Home is building up to its 2nd season. Yep, South Africa's most popular reality design and decor show is back and is going to be bigger and bolder than last year with more grueling challenges, and will definitely raise the bar on South African interior design. Winner Home is looking for the best and brightest up-and-coming designers in South Africa to decorate this year's grand prize home. If you're an amazing and aspiring interior designer, then come to Decorex and 100% Design at Gallagher Estate in Midrand between the 6th and the 10th of August to enter and meet the team. Now, the first 100 entrants per day who arrive with a completed entry form will be given free entrance. So go to privateproperty.co.za/Winner Home to get the entry form, and remember, bring it filled out to get your free ticket to the expo. Or if you're not able to make it to Gallagher Estate, then you can simply enter online. But you need to remember to do it soon because entries close on the 10th of August. But after the break, Jeannie makes that decadent fudge and bacon. And of course, it's time for our next installment of our fabulous fashion series. All this after the break.
Winner Home is back with the biggest home prizes ever on SATV.
And we're giving away another luxury trend-setting home to one lucky viewer. And this year, you could be the designer of the grand prize.
For a chance to win 100,000 Rand and become the next big name in South African interiors, enter online
Or come to 100% Design at the Gallagher Estate between the 6th and the 10th of August and enter in person.
Fresh Pack. Goodness comes naturally.
What will you be making for dinner? Watch Afternoon Express every weekday at 4 p.m. to find out.
Cook alongside myself, Jeannie, Bonang and Danilo. If we can do it, so can you.
Visit us on afternoonexpress.co.za and check out the dish of the day.
Find the shopping list and ingredients on the Afternoon Express Facebook page, bring them into the kitchen, tune in and cook along with us.
Watch and be inspired every weekday from 4 to 5 p.m. Find it on 3.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express, and we are standing by with one of my favorite chefs from Taste magazine, obviously, Clem, back in the kitchen with you. Now, how do we get started with this delicious treat?
So today I decided to keep it 100% healthy. No fat, no bacon, no sugar, none of that.
Changed.
No, not at all. Today, it's the opposite of that. We're going 100% bacon, sugar, and butter, and buttermilk, my favorite ingredient, all to make fudge, of course.
Of course. So how do we get started?
So, very easy. As you can see, this is all we're working with today. These are the only ingredients we have. So it's 5 ingredients, which is amazing because the less ingredients I have to use in the kitchen, the better. And it's a real simple recipe as well.
Exactly.
So, how simple?
Essentially all that's all what fudge is.
This is what fudge is.
So this is just your magic.
That's just adding a little twist and a little flavor to it. It might seem a little odd to use bacon and pecans in a fudge, but to be honest, bacon and maple has always been the kind of thing we're used to.
Exactly.
So combining the saltiness and the smokiness of bacon with something sweet is something our brains are already programmed to love and to enjoy.
My mind is so ready for this. Okay, what can I do?
Okay, what you can do is you can chop up the bacon for me. You can chop it up as fine as you like. You could even use your hands to just break it if you want.
Yeah, breaking is easier for me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take it out of the bowl and break it in here.
Whichever way you like. So the most important...
crumbed?
Well, do you want to bite into chunks of
that?
bacon? Or I would do, how about a mixture? You could do some fine, some chunky variety. So the most important
I'll just use my flair in the kitchen.
Yeah, totally. The most important thing when you're making fudge, and this is where people go wrong sometimes, is when you're cooking off the butter and the sugar, and then your cream or your milk or your buttermilk like we're doing today, you have to cook it out, really. You've got to smell the nuttiness of the caramel, and that way you know you've cooked the sugar into it, and that way you're going to crystallize and get that fudgy texture.
Great.
So, buttermilk.
in. Delish.
Do you use buttermilk at home?
You know.
No. I love buttermilk. Besides just for baking, I use it in marinating meats because it actually tenderizes the meat the longer that it sits in that buttermilk.
And does it give it a creamy taste or creamy?
I wouldn't say creamy. I mean, it
consistency?
adds a sort of a tanginess because buttermilk is quite tangy. And
I mean,
obviously,
I love buttermilk.
Whoops.
I just couldn't do it to myself to have all the time.
But it's actually, from what I understand, it's healthier than normal cream.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you heard it first on Afternoon Express. I'll start using it from now on, Clem.
And then obviously you can't do crumb chicken, like traditional Southern style crumb chicken without buttermilk. That's
Of course.
a must.
Do you think you can just use buttermilk in a traditional cup of coffee?
I wouldn't try that though. I think it might give
I'm
it
going
like
to try.
Okay, will you let me know how it goes?
Yeah, I'll make you one after this.
Okay, so that's it. That's my three ingredients in the pot. It's the butter, the buttermilk, and the sugar.
Okay.
That needs to boil, like I said, until we can really see the color change. And you should be able to smell a very strong toffee smell. And then that's when you know that it's ready. So you're doing a great job.
How long is that going to take?
I would do this between 8 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
And like again, you can, without the time though, you can do it by eye and by smelling. That's what cooking's about, using all your senses.
Exactly.
So once
Okay, so while we're going to wait for that, should we go across over to Bonnie?
That's a great
And,
idea.
yeah, she's got the most amazing fashion designer with her on the couch.
Thank you. Every week here on Afternoon Express, we've been discussing fabulous style and getting ready for the reveal of the Skip MyFabulous fashion ranges, inspired by and created especially for unique cities around South Africa. Today, we're joined by the designer of the MyFabulous Cape Town collection, Jenevieve Lyons. Hi, Jenevieve. Welcome to the Loft. It's great to have you.
Thank you so much for having me.
What inspired you to follow a career in fashion?
I've always been interested in like nature and strange and beautiful things, and I've always been keen to sketch those things out. And I found it quite interesting to study fashion, to take those drawings into a tangible and a functional form. I then went into study honours in fashion design, and yeah, and still today I love doing what I'm doing.
How young were you when you knew that this is the path you wanted to follow?
But I would say from about age 14, I've always been interested in like collecting our magazines and cutting snippets of the trends and cutting my clothes up and making it into the trends, which I thought was usable.
Yeah.
So from a young age, I'd say it was natural to me to study fashion.
And now Skip has selected you to be one of the designers for the MyFabulous City ranges. How exciting is that?
It's very exciting. I mean, it's an honour to be able to work with such a reputable brand who stands behind keeping your clothes beautiful. It's really an honour and an exciting journey. It's different to get the inspiration from the consumer this time.
Cape Town's definitely an inspiring and beautiful city. What key features of Cape Town inspired your designs?
Definitely the weather, and then the linear designs of the buildings. Like we did our Insta walk on the day and it was a very misty morning. So all the inspirations had like this misty layer over it.
Yeah.
And that was a big inspiration of taking all the clothes and putting like this transparent layer over it.
Yes.
Using like silks over wools and like multi-paneling.
Yeah, and of
Definitely.
course people have been posting their inspirational
Yes.
parts of Cape Town on Instagram. What stood out for you most out of like all the pictures?
Well, I would say the muted tones of Cape Town, definitely. Even though it's nature, we still had like muted whites and creams coming through. Also, like there's so many seasons one day sometimes.
Yes.
So it's about creating like easy basics that are not just seasonal. You can actually take them to next year and the year thereafter, and they're quality basics.
Okay, now for the part we've all been waiting for. You've brought along a couple of looks. Please take us through them.
So this look, we're looking at like a flaked panel jacket. It's out of a suiting and just a tailored capri pants.
Okay.
And we've got like the sheer panels that are into it. And because of the inspiration was taken out of the mistiness of Cape Town and also the linear buildings. So that's why the different lines and the cut lines on the garments.
That's incredible. And you specifically chose white?
It was quite a process of going into white. I think it was just the cleanliness of it with the interpretation of Skip that came to mind. And also the muted tones that we saw in the inspirations.
Yes, yes.
Definitely.
What do we have in this look?
Well, this look we have like an asymmetrical coat, but it's a summer coat. And then we have a ribbed stretch trouser that's elasticated.
Yeah.
So it's just about the linear lines of the Cape Town nature that we saw, especially the buildings. It also had the yacht sails on our Insta walk.
Sure.
And it's an acrylic wool.
I see you've
coat.
got a bit of zip detail at the bottom of the pants as well.
Yes. Most of the trousers have. That's just an easy way of opening as well. If you want to tie your shoe, you can unzip and you can reach it easier.
Yes. And you can wear it with boots, I guess, as well.
Definitely.
Wonderful.
Okay, with this one we've just got like a polycotton shirt dress, which is easy to wear. And then we've got like a moss knit legging, which was inspired by the mistiness as well of Cape Town.
Yes.
And at the back there's a yoke which has a zipped pocket. So it's quite a detailed shirt dress with pockets in the front as well. But it's easy to wear and it's very easy to wash as well.
Yeah. That's gorgeous.
Thank you.
And what do we have here?
And then with this look, we have it's a sheer silk organdy dress.
Yeah, it's quite sheer.
Yeah, it is quite sheer. And then we've got, it's a stretch knit bodysuit underneath, and then a acrylic wool cape, which is accessible through a zip in the front for the arms to move. It's also asymmetrical, just tapping into the solids and the sheerness of the buildings. Especially because some of the images, you saw beautiful buildings, but with like a mistiness above it. So that was like quite an inspiration.
Very edgy. Love it.
Thanks.
And obviously, these are only some of your looks.
Yes, this is only a sneak peek. This is 4 of the looks, and there will be 10 at the showcase.
Oh, wonderful. I'm so looking forward to seeing the rest of them.
That's exciting.
Incredible. Now, as a designer, you definitely share your love for fashion and clothes with the world.
Yes.
Now, what do you want women to take away from this range?
Well, I'm hoping that it will be what the epitome of what the design, of what the consumers wanted with their Instagram images and what they think is Cape Town. That's the one thing, and I would like it to be received well with my industry followers and people who follow my brand.
Yes.
And definitely, just to get the right hit of quality garments that hit the consumer's inspiration from Instagram.
Your range is absolutely beautiful. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. This was just a sneak peek. Genevieve's full My Fabulous Cape Town collection, along with other fabulous ranges from Durban and Joburg, will be showcased exclusively at the Skip Fashion Exchange in Johannesburg on the 13th of August. So you don't want to miss out. Details on how to buy tickets are on the screen now, or you can visit the Afternoon Express website for more information. When we return, more design inspiration coming your way, so don't go away.
Express yourself. Skip loves your clothes as much as you do.
Tonight on Top Billing, General Bantu Holomisa celebrates his 60th birthday with humour, style and famous friends. South African actress Mampo Brescia holds her own opposite Hollywood's big hitters. Trail running powerhouse Lundi Greiling is a queen of the mountains. And meet comic book creator Loyiso Makise.
Join us at 7:30 p.m. and see how crazy our South African superhero takes on a new form.
Find it on 3.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express in the kitchen with the fantastic chef Clement Pedro, and we are making delicious fudge with bacon and pecan nut. So I've chopped up the bacon and I've chopped up the nuts for you.
So professionally done.
Thank you. Okay, so now what do we do?
So I'm going to tip the pot, and if you can help me get the fudge in there, and I'll be careful, it's extremely hot.
Okay. Oh, this is so lovely. The consistency is perfect.
So what the idea now is, like I said, we're going to whip it using the upright mixer. That adds air to it and also cools down the mixture, so it helps the fudge set quicker, and we're doing a good job.
I want to get all of it. I don't want to waste any of this.
Let's not waste at all.
Although it will be nice to lick the bowl afterwards, I'm sure.
Yeah, just be careful. It is piping hot. What do you think? Is that enough?
It's nice and sticky. No, not enough.
Okay. Let's do it.
A little bit extra at the bottom. Okay, pull the pot away a bit.
There we go.
Oh, this is delicious. You absolutely have to make this delicious treat. Remember to visit our website, afternoonexpress.co.za, for this fantastic recipe. Okay, what's next?
Cool. Now, mixer on, and we just let it go. So as it's whisking, you can already kind of see that it's beginning to lighten in color, aerate. That's exactly what we want. So let's add your perfectly chopped pecans and bacon.
Smells delicious already.
And then the pecans, we just toasted them lightly in a pan. That just brings out some of the pecan flavor.
I'm using all of this?
All of it. So you don't have to use pecans. If you want, you could use salted peanuts. Once again, bring in that salted element. The bacon.
And the bacon goes in?
Yeah.
Woo, splashy.
If you are worried about, or not worried, if you just choose not to use bacon, you can just take out the recipe. It's fine. But I don't know why anybody...
Just to make normal fudge. No,
Yeah.
but I think the bacon will add a great little taste to it. I'm aching for bacon, baby. So how do you know when it's ready?
Okay, so this is ready. In fact, it's already started setting. So the idea now is to get it into our container as fast as we can and then press it down. So we went a little too far here, but you know it's ready when you see the color change, it lightens, like I said, and then it actually starts setting like it would like a fudge being in the fridge for a while.
Okay.
So let's get it in there.
This is going to be good.
So you can see half the job's already done. It's already started setting. It looks like a toffee. Yeah. And now, after setting in the fridge, we'll just press it into shape. And after sitting in the fridge for, I would give it about 2 hours. It should have that texture of fudge.
And will the crummy texture change?
Yeah, because that's just the fact that we just whipped it a little too long in the whisker, so it started cooling down too fast. So let's get that in there.
There's a whole section there.
Let's not waste again.
Wow.
Okay, so
so
now...
tasty. And how long does it sit in the fridge for before it's a perfect little block of fudge?
I would give this, because it's kind of like, I almost said already, after an hour it will be chilled.
Yeah.
And it's ready to slice. But I would always just, I like letting fudge set overnight. That way you know it's going to be the perfect texture. So we're just squeezing down.
Mm-hmm. And then, I mean, does it have to be level, or are we doing rustic?
Yeah, let's keep it rustic.
Fudge
Let's keep it rustic.
again.
I mean, also, the idea is, in the shape right now, you could turn it out. I mean, after having dinner, friends over for dinner, you could turn the whole thing out and serve a big slab of fudge. Ooh. And let them break it off instead of cutting it. I mean, it's a little different.
Definitely. Would you serve fudge with any accompaniments?
You see,
like an ice cream or something? No.
This would work perfectly crumbled over an ice cream. But otherwise, if you're talking about pairing, if you want to pair it with a wine, I would do a sweet wine, just to complement the sweetness of the fudge. But food-wise, I think it's such a unique flavour. You want to kind of enjoy it on its own.
Excellent. Well, I cannot wait for this to set. Right now, though, we have an extraordinary designer in the loft. Her name is Vesselina Pentcheva.
After that, we eat, so that looks fantastic. But right now, it's all about fashion. You know how much I love fashion. You know how much I love South African designers. But our next lady, she presented her first fashion show at the tender age of 16 in her home country of Bulgaria. In 1993, she moved to South Africa to study fashion, and since graduating top of her class in 1996, she has steadily built a brand that oozes both femininity and sophistication. Best known for her luxurious wedding dresses and elegant evening wear, joining us on the couch is Vesselina Pentcheva. Lovely to finally meet you. When I hear the word Vesselina, I know because I've worn one of your exquisite dresses. But let's start at the very beginning. I mean, at the tender age of 16, you had your very first fashion show. So obviously fashion was something you knew you wanted to do?
Yes, I was about 11 when I decided to be a fashion designer. And I was very fortunate. My late grandmother bought me a sewing machine. So I was very quickly refurbishing my entire wardrobe and my sister's and my mom's. And that was my absolute passion. I decided to create a little collection of about 12 dresses, cocktail dresses, and present it to our small elitist club of women in my hometown. And it literally began from there.
That's incredible. Yeah. But how was the reaction for older women to have a 16-year-old?
It was sold out.
Really?
Yes. There were beautiful Georgette cocktail dresses in black and grey and black and brick red colour. And it was very, very exciting.
Now, tell me about your journey, leaving Bulgaria and, making your way to South Africa. First of all, why the decision to come here?
My mum decided to immigrate shortly after the Berlin Wall came down. Bulgaria became a democratic country, but unfortunately there weren't many opportunities. And she saw an opportunity in South Africa. She came in '92. She flew to Harare and took a bus to Johannesburg. And I followed a year later, it was quite a journey, but we had a goal. My first job was selling fried chicken in a takeaway in a CBD in Johannesburg.
Wow.
Most importantly, we needed to learn English, which we did. And a year later, I finally found the courage to walk into Spiro Viliotti's boutique in Sandton and ask him to recommend a good fashion college. And the following year, I joined Gordon Fleck Davison Academy of Fashion, and that was the beginning.
That's incredible. Yeah. So let's talk about your journey when you created your brand. I mean, obviously, you started off being an assistant for Marion Fassler.
Yes.
We had her on the show last week, actually, and she's just absolutely fantastic. Where did you meet Marion Fassler, and how did that relationship begin?
It was such an incredible opportunity and great journey for me. I finished top of my year at college, top student, and under the recommendation of Nadine Rubin, she was the former editor of Elle magazine, I was appointed by Marianne to be her assistant. I worked with Marianne for 4 years, which were absolutely incredible. I've learned so much from her. She showed me the world. She took me to Paris and London and Milan and Miami, Dallas, New York. We took her beautiful African-inspired creations with us and we sold them to our amazing clients. And we came back with so many ideas and so many inspirations. The most important lesson I've learned from Marianne was to stay true to yourself and to live your art. And I've really taken that with me. Apart from the knowledge how to run a studio successfully, how to treat my clients, how to find inspirations, I'll never forget that experience. And I can definitely say to learn from the best and to have her as a mentor has been an absolute blessing.
And I've spoken to a lot of designers who always say it's very difficult when you are an assistant to take that very brave leap and say, I'm going to start on my own and have my own collection and have my own brand like you did. Were you terrified during that transition?
It was very scary. I had to do it because I fell pregnant with my first child. That was 16 years ago. And I wanted to keep the balance, being a mom and a fashion designer. And I knew it was not going to be easy, but I also knew to give it all. It's not an 8 to 5 job, being a fashion designer. To give it all, I had to start slowly, work from home, be a mom at the same time and design and find my own feet and my balance.
Yeah, which you did. I mean, like we said earlier, your clothes just ooze femininity and sophistication. But you started off making exquisite evening gowns, slowly progressed into bridal, wear. Why the decision to make bridal gowns?
I work with people in love.
Oh, I love that.
And I have to create their dream dress. So obviously, I take that very seriously, but what a privilege to be part of someone's life. The wedding dress is, in my opinion, the most important dress in a woman's life. And creating bespoke wedding dresses, I get to know the client, I get to know what the best features of their bodies are, best features of their characters, and we try to recreate that in a few months leading to their wedding.
I love that. Well, you do have a few pieces that you're going to show us in a couple of seconds. I'm very excited about that, Vesselina. So make sure you don't go anywhere, because after the break, we're going to be taking a look at the sophisticated designs. I can't wait. And don't forget to enter our Go Green SMS competition. If you haven't already, all the details for this week's questions are available on our website, afternoonexpress.co.za. You don't want to miss out on this amazing competition and, of course, the gorgeous bridal gowns after the break.
The Afternoon Express team is going green. Join us every Tuesday at 4 p.m. until September as we bring you the most innovative trends in sustainable fashion, food, decor and design, as well as handy tips to help you reduce your carbon footprint.
Answer our Go Green question every Tuesday and stand a chance to win a R1,000 Woolies gift card every week.
Plus, simply by entering, you also go into the big draw for the ultimate grand prize worth over R500,000.
Including a dream sustainable kitchen makeover from Cordev, fitted with Bosch appliances with R300,000. Also, up to R250,000 worth of home upgrades so you can live off the grid. Plus, food and homeware from Woolworths valued at R75,000. And a R25,000 towards a school of your choice with My School.
So go big, go green with Afternoon Express every Tuesday at 4 p.m. to win these amazing prizes.
I'm Pharrell Williams. Woolies and I are collaborating to raise R100 million for better education in South Africa through the My School program. Together, we're going to make a difference. Are you with us?
Welcome back to Afternoon Express right here on SABC3. It's all about fashion, and I'm still on the couch in the loft with designer Vesselina Pentcheva. We're about to explore her beautiful brand new bridal collection. But before we do that, I mean, you've been in South Africa for about 22 years, and you say that a lot of your designs are still inspired by your home base, Bulgaria. What is it about your native land that you love, that comes through in your corsetry and your designs?
I come from a very small town called Ruse, which is situated on the Blue Danube River, and we have the most magnificent opera and theatre houses. So as entertainment, when I was very young, I was taken there by my grandparents and my parents. So by the age of 6, 7, I had seen any opera performance you could possibly imagine, or ballet, and I loved the costumes. And I remember all I wanted to do is to be able to create these costumes. So I think that's where the inspiration started from, that dramatic, sensual, feminine, corsetry.
Yes.
And so, that's where it all began.
So let's talk about the collection that you brought for us
Yes.
today, and you know, what inspired it, what is the theme? And I know it's all bridal collections. I mean, this is absolutely exquisite.
Thank you. It's called Forget Me Not.
Ah! All right, yes.
It's more about the flower than the actual name. I just love the play of the name Forget Me Not. It's very flowy, very soft, beautiful light color. Obviously, the corsetry, which is my signature.
Signature.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just to show really the beautiful curve of the woman's body.
Also very, like we said, sophisticated and very, very feminine. But what are some of the tips that you give to your brides when they come to you? You know, this sort of that one thing that they usually forget, and then after you said it, they're like, Vesselina, why didn't I think of that?
I really think that every woman has a certain sensual part about her.
Yes.
I mean, how beautiful is that?
That is exquisite.
With so much detail. It's very, very important. First of all, you have to be comfortable. You're going to be wearing that dress for 8 to 10 hours.
Yes.
So it needs to be created in a very light way, but still to give enough structure. And most of your pictures will be from your waist up. So make sure that the upper part of the body around the face, it's very well framed and it's got a beautiful detail. And make the most of it, because apart from the memories of that day, you'll be left with the images.
Absolutely.
So you really want good images. You don't want to look back in 10, 20 years' time and think, what was I thinking?
Yes. Very beautiful.
Don't make a fashion statement.
True. You know what I've seen about your bridal gowns? They're also quite classic and timeless. Is that also your approach? I mean, looking at that, it's still going to be exquisite in about 20 years.
100%. For me, that is a very important point to keep in mind when you're choosing your wedding dress.
Yeah. And I mean, do the brides ever go for a blue, a non-traditional colour?
We've even done a black wedding dress, we've done a red wedding dress, yes, for first wedding. I think there's no limits now. My brides are quite adventurous and very unconventional. It's such a beautiful blue colour on that very pale skin. It's very flattering.
Also quite whimsical. Now that you said opera and you said the costumes, I mean, I can see the drama and the sense of occasion in this one particularly. What inspired this?
Well, this is a forest fairy. As you can see, all the petals and the falling butterflies. We've created the fabric ourselves. The bottom part of the dress is completely hand-stitched. And, of course, the peplum with the bustle at the back. It's very floaty, very much like a butterfly, like she's floating through the forest.
Oh, I see.
And you can see the different colors on the bottom, going from the blush to the silk white.
And I mean, you know, Vesselina, when a bride comes to you, how long do you need to put together a gown like this? It's not something that is, it's not a month, 2 months.
No, we need about 4 months to create something exquisite.
All right.
Yes.
And it's all handmade, hand-beaded, because you can see it is so intricate.
Right? I love that. And most of it is lost in photography, unfortunately. But I think it's very important for the bride to know that it's specially created for her.
Now, when you create, you know, a gown for a woman or you create a collection, how do you want them to feel, and what kind of a woman is a Vesselina woman?
Well, she's a very sensual woman in a very quiet way, but she's got an inner strength and an inner power. I like to think that my clients are quite strong women, strong-minded. They've traveled well the world and they know themselves. They're very sure of who they are and they're not scared to show it.
I love that. I really, really love that. You said this collection is titled Forget Me Not. I can see why it's called Forget Me Not. It really is spectacular. And I love the part that you said, you know, is there a difference between South African brides and other brides that you've worked with all across the world?
I don't see it that way.
Really?
No. I think we're a little bit braver with colour. I suppose it's because of the light here and the way the sun shines all the time. European brides are a little bit more quiet and more subdued. I love the fact that I live in this country because of that, because women here are much more adventurous.
Fantastic. And would you ever, you know, venture into other styles of design? Would you ever move away from evening gowns and ball gowns and do...
No,
not your thing.
No, definitely not. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
I love being part of that one extremely special occasion. I mean, obviously create matric dance dresses, which is also a very exciting time in every young woman's life, and it's the first wonderful, important dress. I'm really enjoying myself at the moment. I love working with my brides and with my clients, and I don't have any huge projects or changing any plans for my brand.
Well, Vesselina, thank you so much for sharing with us
you.
your gorgeous, gorgeous bridal collection. And we'll certainly forget you not.
Yes, thank you.
If you want more information on Vesselina and, of course, all her exquisite designs, you can find all of that on our website, afternoonexpress.co.za. For now, Bonnie's in the kitchen, and she has a few reasons why you should be drinking tea. Hey now.
Thank you. Tea has been a treasured elixir for thousands of years, and in today's stressful world, as people seek more holistic lifestyles, the numerous wellness benefits of tea sees it growing more in popularity. In the loft today, we're chatting to Vicky Sleet, lifestyle editor at Good Housekeeping magazine, to talk about why she loves tea so much.
So
Welcome
nice
back,
to see you
Vicky.
again.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
too.
Thanks for having me.
So what are some of the reasons why you love tea?
Well, I love it because I know it's a bit of a health boost, and I'm not always at my healthiest best. So I know if I'm going to have a cup or two a day, I'm putting antioxidants into my body. In the world we live in, the free radicals, we're ingesting them all the time. So it really is a great way to take in some antioxidants. Also, obviously, it's made with water, so you're hydrating yourself. It's caffeine-free if you're drinking rooibos, and it's additive-free and flavorant-free. So you really know that you're drinking an all-natural drink.
Are there any ways that you switch up your cup of tea when you have it?
I love putting honey into mine. I'm not averse to a teaspoon or two of sugar. I do love sweet tea, and I like mine milky, so almost a pretty peach colour.
Yes,
yeah. And you?
It's very comforting. I actually just love a cup of rooibos with honey and some lemon.
Oh, okay, so you take yours black,
yes,
which really is the healthiest way to take it. And of course, without the sugar and the milk, you're drinking a calorie-free drink. Shall I pour?
Yes, please. Okay. I decided to stop coffee and drink more rooibos, so
that's
been going well.
You're really making a healthy choice for yourself.
I mean, obviously, tea has been a social beverage for so many years. Do you find that you socialise around tea a lot?
Absolutely. I mean, if you think about it, it's been a social lubricant for centuries, hasn't it?
Yes.
So it's a special little moment or ritual for people to engage in.
I find that people use tea as a go-to to comfort others. If someone's just had a big shock or they're in grief, someone always says, "Would you like a cup of tea?"
Absolutely. Yeah, it really is it's also it is a calmative, especially if you're going to be having something like rooibos or the rooibos with chamomile especially.
Yes, I love that.
Well, at the moment we've got a 14-month-old, so sleep really is precious in our home. So when it comes to after bath time, 5 Roses rooibos with chamomile is the way to go for us. And so far, Charlie is loving it. She's been on it for about 2 months. She has the 5 Roses rooibos with honey in the mornings. That we moved her from formula, and now in the evening she's having the chamomile. We're praying for her to sleep through. It hasn't happened yet, but holding thumbs.
And then when you've gotten her to sleep through, good luck getting her off the tea.
Yeah, well, that's the next step, isn't it? But I suspect it's a lifelong habit that she's going to be in.
Well, if you aren't yet a tea drinker, today's the best day to start. Not only is it beneficial to emotional health and well-being, but it tastes delicious too.
Any occasion, anytime. Nobody makes better tea than you and 5 Roses.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, don't forget to catch Top Billing this evening at 7:30 p.m. on SABC3. Roxy meets up with Tumi Foster and DJ Warris. They go fashion shopping and take an advanced driving course. Nico goes trail running with Landi Greling in Jonkershoek, and afterwards she takes him to her favourite healthy eatery. South African actress Mampo Brashia, actress from Isibaya and District 9, has a boxing session with Roxy, and afterwards they meet up with Mampo's family.
Sounds like a dream. Make sure you're there for the very best of the good life, 7:30 tonight, right here on SABC3. But just a reminder to go out and get your 50 Rand of SA's #1 foundation just by purchasing Revlon Colour Stay Foundation now in July at any leading retail and pharmacy stores nationwide. Take a selfie with the product and you and your +1, your bestie or your lover, could win a 24 hours experience in my life, hanging out here on set, enjoying the city life by dining at one of my favorite restaurants, staying in my favorite hotel and turning love on. Whether you're in love or looking for love. So just take a pic of you and your Revlon Color Stay Foundation, a tweet at Afternoon Chat, official hashtags Foundation Fridays and Love is on, or posted on our Facebook page, Afternoon Express. Now, this amazing prize is valued at 25,000 rands and includes an all-expenses-paid trip to Cape Town for two, dinner at an A-list restaurant, plus a 10,000 rand shopping spree. So get tweeting right now, like all our wonderful viewers have already done. Don't forget those hashtags, all right? Foundation Fridays and Love is on. If you are in love with decor, make sure that you catch out Donald at Decorex this weekend.
Yes, please come by at the Winner Home stand. I'm so excited to meet all the future contestants.
Fantastic. Awesome. Thank you so much for coming. Vesselina, you know what Jeannie said to us? She said, I'm going to get married in a Vesselina gown, darling. So we can't wait.
Yes, please. I'll definitely get married to Vesselina first. But that's if I fit into a Vesselina after eating all of this fudge. Have you tried some? Would you like some? I think you definitely would like some fudge.
Yes, please.
I think just take with your hands. I have a sweet tooth.
I do have a sweet tooth, so I'll grab
Well, this is sweet and savoury in one because we've thrown in bacon bits.
Bacon bits in the fudge.
In the fudge. That's the first thing I said. I'm like, that's very strange.
I know.
It's good though. Very, very nice. Of course,
I'm becoming a pro in the kitchen.
You are, darling. If you want to be a pro like Jeannie, make sure that you get the recipes and, of course, all the cooking methods on our website, afternoonexpress.co.za. But thank you so much for joining us. We're going to eat the rest of the fudge. We're back tomorrow right here on SABC3 at 4. Cheers for now.
Good night. Happy eating. Ciao.
Coming up tomorrow on Afternoon Express, hit South African a cappella group The Soil perform live in the Loft, and we catch up with one of South Africa's best love actresses, Dion Lawrenson.
Another feel-good production.
Join us next time for more fabulous fun inspired by First for Women on Afternoon Express. For an insurance quote, call 0861 11 18 44 or SMS FIRST to 49267.
Make sure you join us for Afternoon Express next week.
We celebrate Women's Day with legendary songstress Vicky Sampson, Mr. South Africa 2015, Sarah Kate Scott, and media personality Carol Bauer.
We take a look at the pros and cons of fracking.
Power couples Reda Jardine and Josh Limburg join us on the couch.
And rising local musical star Matthew Gold performs live.
There's always something for everyone on Afternoon Express, weekdays at 4 p.m. Find it on 3.